Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel. I was about to lose my voice today. 3 for Juventus, 1 for Lazio. Juventus has 10 points and as we speak is alone on top of Serie A, on the position that I want, that we all want to be at the end of the season, position number 1. A really beautiful, fantastic game against one of the teams that also wants to compete to enter that top 4. A team that last year finished second position. The team that before the international break was able to beat Napoli with a really beautiful, fantastic second half. Today, Juventus was on fire. From the first minute on, Juventus showed a lot of aggressivity, a lot of will. They wanted to make honor to not only the ultra that were back, but the entire stadium that wanted to push with their voice. Juventus, from the beginning, fino alla fine, until the end. 3-1. A double goal, a brace from Dusan Vlahovic, and guys, what a goal. What another goal of Dusan Vlahovic that scored what he needed to score. Something that he looks like last season, he totally forgot. But with the new season, he is back. We want, of course, more of these games, but it's already the second season in a row that he's able to score 4 goals in 4 games. He's the only ever player on earth in a bianconero shirt that was able to do that performance. 4 goals in 4 games for 2 consecutive seasons in a row. Turbo start, but also Federico Chiesa with that amazing beautiful goal for that 2-0, that momentarily 2-0 at the 26th minute. I want to add, before going into details, before saying hello to all of you, the beautiful performances of Weston McKennie, until he was subbed out because of travels, international travels, and probably a bit of fatigue. And then a Locatelli, the Locatelli that I wanted to see, that I never gave up believing in. Mamma mia, Loca. These players I want to speak about, also Szczesny and the other ones, and also Massimiliano Allegri today. So we go with the greetings to all the people in the chat, not to all of you of course, but to the most of you. Ciao Elliot, that was the first one to say hello. Ciao Matthew Teoma. Ciao guys, 2-1 was the prediction, we won 3-1. Matthew said 2-0, we won 3-1. Ciao to everyone. Vlahovic good today. I told you guys yesterday live it will be 3-1, but a brace of Moise Keane. It is a brace of Vlahovic, but we take it. Ciao Davide, ciao Gulfos, ciao Fledermaus man. Today the referee was a total disaster. I agree with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I'm not wrong, 5 yellow card for Juventus, 1 for Pellegrini. I want to see joy in the chat, and I want to see all your takes on the game before I start with my monologue. You know that when I start speaking. Here we have already Spotlight saying Locatelli MVP, McKennie smartest player involved in all the 3 goals. Paul Enrico, Chiesa and DV9 played to their potential. Locatelli and McKennie breathtaking. Hey, I told you, huh? So we kind of agree. Let me say thank you to the people that continue to be a member of the channel. Sam 187, 5 months. Performance brought a smile to my face. And if you are smiling, I am smiling. neutralized Lazio and killed on the counter. Weston McKennie great in attack and tracking Zaccagni. Finally, the real Dusan. I totally agree with your message. I also want to add that we conceded the goal for our own stupidity. That's a really dangerous goal that we conceded, something that I was absolutely not happy about. Davide, 17 mesi, 17 points, 5-star performances. I want to take 1 star away, because there are some things that we have to do better. Entertaining, aggressive, and smart. Allegri smashed Sarri today. I want to add, not only today, because it's not the first time that Allegri is able to understand and read the game of Sarri, and a lot of time also to win. Locatelli, Big Mac, Zizou, yesterday we laughed, and Dusan MVP for me. Faris, Dodgy Messi, happy birthday, 1 year as a member on the channel. Ciao Peppe, great game, Vlahovic MVP. We will go with the MVP as soon as I said thank you to all the people that became member on the chat. Ami, primo mese, nuovo subscriber, a new subscriber on the chat, a new member. Ciao Beppe, congrats to all the Juventini. 22 mods for Stefano Castelli. Mamma mia, it's not mamma mia, it's mamma mia, grande Juve. E Bogdan, 20 months with us. Ciao Beppe, forza Juve fino alla fine. So can we go immediately before whatever blah blah and blah blah with the MVP of today? I can put 4 players. I want to put Dusan Vlahovic. Dusan Vlahovic deserves. I need 3 more. As I read in the chat, Weston McKennie. As I read in the chat, Locatelli. Who is the 4th one that we want to put? So I have Vlahovic, McKennie, Locatelli. I need a 4th name. Can we put Gatti? I'm not sure. Important, but I'm not sure about Gatti. Not that he played bad, Not that he played bad, but I think that other players probably deserve. Danilo. I see a lot of Chiesa in the chat. Let's put Chiesa because he also scored a goal. Let's go with the 4 men of the game. Potential 4 men of the game. You are the one that are voting, so I want the maximum vote. I want the maximum of likes to the chat. I see that we are exactly at 100. We can do much better. We are 340 before the game of Il Derby della Madonnina. We have a bit later today, so in 50 minutes, we have Inter against Milan before the night game. I believe it is Genoa against Napoli. Faris, 12 months, happy birthday. Ciao Beppe, great game. Vlahovic MVP, that's we already said. But I saw also someone else joining. Anthony Vaccaro, 16 months, 9 on 10 fino alla fine. Too bad, both Milan can't lose. Yeah, but today they can't lose both, but they can do in the future, and that's why we have to hold on. Okay, let me read a bit of your comments. McKennie was also good in blocks. Feluccia, yes. I want to vote for the American LJJ. Beppe, where do you stream the live game? On Twitch Juventus, totally for free, so you can join me there if you want to. A lot of people, Rabiot as well in the chat, didn't do a bad game at all, so we'll go on everything. Okay, can we start, because I don't really see your thoughts on the chat. Can we go with a first debrief, and you tell me if you think that I'm correct or not. Karim is saying the 4 of them were exceptional good, but Dusan Vlahovic for the technique on both goals probably deserve the vote. 0-0 would be beautiful between the Milan teams. Yeah, could be. So, let me read first Rise and Cross, and then I start with my first briefing or debriefing of the game. Tomorrow, Sunday, we will do it with Romeo Agresti on his channel at 11 p.m. Italian time. Thank you for your donation, Rise and Cross. I don't care about the poll result. McKennie was prime Lichtsteiner today. Bravo, beautiful Weston McKennie. Then we have Robert Giricardian that is saying Seferin and Casani. Oh, Seferin. Wanting Lazio instead of Juve in the Champions League. What a shame. Yeah, indeed, Seferin. Thank you for the donation, buddy. What a shame. Forza Juve. They wanted whoever, not only Lazio, but whoever instead of Juve. Look, this season it is no Champions League for Juventus. If we can prepare games like we did, the one of today, for the remaining part of the season, I take it. This season, it is what it is. I will be pissed off eternally and forever that not only we lost the Champions League, but also potentially 100 million euro. We couldn't do Mercato because of all these kind of things. We had so many negative things on and around Juventus that we have to deal with it, but how can we answer, how can we take revenge, how can we think about it on the field? It is by winning, ragazzi. It is by winning, like we did today, winning, convincing and entertaining our people that today were fantastic in our stadium and also in the chat. Franco is saying Chiesa, Dusan, McKennie, mamma mia, thank you for the donation, my brother. At the moment it is 68% Vlahovic that is winning with 230 votes, Weston McKennie second with 20%, Locatelli 8. I was expecting a bit more for Locatelli, only 4% for Chiesa. I agree that Chiesa is the fourth one in that special vote. Mohamed Youssef, thank you for the donation, buddy. Hello, Juve. Where were you been? Been a while. Oh, that's a beautiful message. That's a real beautiful message. And then we have Just a Yokai that became a member of the channel today. Grande Just a Yokai. Can we go with my debrief? It's time. It's time. Debrief of today. Juventus that is going with a 3-5-2 that we are now totally used to. I will show you with the landscape format here, without Fagioli, without Cambiaso, but instead with, and without Wea, by the way, but instead with Miretti and with, not Sandro, that didn't play at all today, and with, where is he? Where is Kostic? And Kostic. That's the initial lineup of us, of the Juventini. So that's how we start the game. Of course, a lot of people were questioning the choices. I understand why. The people were frustrated, but they didn't understand why Cambiaso on the bench and why McKennie was starting, why Fagioli on the bench, why Miretti was starting. For the rest of the choices, people were quite okay with, because there is no Alexandro, but Danilo instead is playing, and we are playing with Gatti, one of the fan favorites. So except of McKennie, Miretti, people were quite okay with the lineup. Could have been Cambiaso and Wea. Now, we were complaining so many times that Max Allegri was never playing twice in a row or even twice in his second spell at Juventus the same lineup. Today he was about to do it. He had to change the goalkeeper because Szczesny was there, but for the other ones, 10 on 11, so 10 players, 10 field players on 10 were exactly the same formation that we played against Empoli last time. I told you, and I will repeat you 100 million times, Gatti is able to play on that side when McKennie is there. McKennie that not only was involved in the 3 goals, but also was really smart, because people called him smart player, intelligent player. Weston McKennie that was able to cover here. We will go later with all the heat maps, of course. They are nearly prepared. We will go later with the heat maps to understand Weston McKennie, Federico Gatti, how they were really playing. I will already take off Lazio. I will already take off the players here of Juventus. Look at Weston McKennie performance. Look at Weston McKennie performance that not only defended but also went up a lot of time today. You see here, after 12 minutes, you understand the intention of where McKennie is playing. Double face, up and down. He also enters when there are some set pieces. He comes to defend. Look, on that right side, Weston McKennie, that's his first half. Second half, even more offensive. Look at how... You see, that's the first half. Look at how he's increasing in that second half until he goes out offensively. And probably that's why after 68 minutes he had no energy anymore to come back, and that he has been subbed out. We will go to all the players. So these were the choices of Max Allegri in the starting 11. Good game. Miretti as well, I appreciated Miretti. Unfortunately, he couldn't score neither today, but he was really close with one attempt. At a certain moment, I tell you guys, we were really playing, and you will see it because I took a picture of it. We're really playing a 3-4-1-2 in the first half with Miretti behind the 2 strikers, Chiesa and Dusan Vlahovic. So Juventus, that shows immediately the intentions. They go for it, they want to go for it, and they are showing it aggressively. Vlahovic touched one ball, and it was the ball of the kickoff. And that was it. Then for 10 minutes, Dusan Vlahovic didn't touch the ball until at a certain moment on the right side of the field where we were not attacking, because in the first half we were playing on the left. You have that fantastic move on the right side of the field, that cross of Locatelli that is un bisou, a kiss. A bijou. But the Dusan Vlahovic from 22-23 probably would have hidden that ball. He would have not go on that ball. Today he's going like a bomber. He wants to go, and he doesn't want to kiss the ball. Dusan Vlahovic on that first goal, he doesn't care about Bizu. He want to go, and he want to go with a rocket. Bam! That's the shot of Dusan Vlahovic. One touch. Bam in the goal. Provedeli couldn't do anything about it. Juventus continue to attack. They continue. They don't give up. At a certain moment, from the 13th minute on, we give a bit the management of the ball to Lazio. Pay attention. We come back on the mistakes that we did in the game a bit later. And then at a certain moment, Federico Chiesa. Bim, bim, bada, boom, goal. Bim, bim, bada, boom, goal. Third goal for Federico Chiesa. But then, in the second half, we are giving too much that ball to Lazio. It's good to manage, but I prefer to manage the game with the ball in our feet, not waiting for Lazio, even if they were not dangerous. But you give them the field. Mistake, because we were starting to lose focus. We were starting to go out of the game. We're starting to not be precise anymore. And what do? Centrally, we give a pass. Today, I was training the under 9. They are 8 years old. The under 9. And these are the mistakes that I saw our kids doing this morning, super early. And that's what I was telling them immediately. When they are 7, 8 years old, you tell them, pay attention when you give the ball centrally. If you give it centrally, you have to be 200% sure that nobody of the opponents can go, because there you're creating a disaster. These guys are 25, 26. They are giving a ball like that. We are opening the game. We are giving a gift here. Un petit cadeau, a bit of gift for you, a surprise, open it. It's not only the birthday of people in the chat that are saying it was for my birthday, a beautiful gift, but we were giving also that goal, that gift to Lazio with a fantastic, beautiful goal of Luis Alberto. We wake up, what is happening? Fantastic from Weston McKennie on the right side. Boom, a beautiful control, and he sees Vlahovic. The Vlahovic that we were used to last season probably would not have scored that goal. But today, what did he do? What did he do? That control with the chest. Boom! You heard that ball. You heard that ball on the chest. Boom! He's putting that ball on the ground perfectly, where it needs to be. Un petit crochet, a small dreamer. He comes inside and BAM! With the right side. Provedel beaten. 3-1 Juventus. Allez, au revoir, bonjour et ciao ciao. 19 months scared me for 50 minutes when Lazio scored. Too shaky. But luckily we scored immediately after, but it was shaky. Yeah, I agree. Now that I did my monologue, let's see who won the man of the match. It is Dusan Vlahovic with 70%. Let me check what you are saying. Bim bim bada boom. Today, Last Samurai. Mamma mia, second goal. I just start crying. I didn't cry, but I went totally out of control. Later, I will go back and recuperate my celebration, because I went crazy. If my neighbors didn't decide yet that they would move and change house, I believe after today they will. Dusan was very impressive today. How many touches do you think Dusan had in the entire game today? Oh, by the way, in the meanwhile that you are telling me how many times he touched the ball in the entire game, I will tell you that Dusan Vlahovic, he made me laugh at a certain moment, because when he saw that Federico Chiesa had to go out of the field, he applauded and asked all the stadium to applaud the performance of Federico Chiesa. And then when he saw that it was number 9, that he had also to go out, he was not happy. 15 touches, way too much, Thomas. There are some people that are a bit cheaters here, because I see 22, 25, 23 in total. Updated, let me update to be sure. But the last number that I saw, and I believe I already updated, but I don't want to lie to you. Let me check. Dusan Vlahovic, 23 touches, 12 passes. In the beginning of the game, he was really perfect. Then he started to miss a few passes. At the end, 67% of passes succeeded. So that's 8 success passes on 12. Who was the player with the most touches? Who can tell me? Player with the most touches in the entire game. Let's see if you are able to find the name. I said it multiple times. Yeah, a goal is worth 10 touches. That's correct, Thomas. It was a feeling helicopter. Then it's okay. Locatelli. People that are thinking someone else than Locatelli. McKennie, Bremer, Danilo. Bremer, Loca, Danilo. Bremer, Loca, Danilo. Bremer, Loca, Danilo. It is Locatelli with 64 touches. So we are far from the 150 touches from a midfield. You know, that crazy stat of Sarri with Pjanic. But 64 it was our best. We didn't pass that much. He did 56 passes. 45 were accurate. That's 80% pass accuracy. 14 passes in final third, 78% pass accuracy. So even Locatelli, when he was doing passes in the final third, was really, really precise, which is good because at the end, ragazzi, even if our average pass accuracy increased a bit, we were at 82%. I believe we have to do much better. I still believe we have to do much better. In the opposition half, 68% is not enough. We have to grow there. But if we have Locatelli there that is able to do also in opposition half 79% pass accuracy, then we are going towards the right direction. We are not there yet, but we are going towards the right direction. Beppe, from a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rank the defense, midfield, and attack? I don't know if I can give scores, but I thought that the defense today was a bit shaky. In certain moments, not always, but a bit shaky today. So for me today, the defense was the least good role on the field. I really loved the midfield, but extremely loved the midfield that today was really, really, really important. We spoke about it, and that our midfield, also with Romeo Agresti, was probably the weakest link in our team. I tried to defend a bit, even admitting it. But I try to defend a bit the fact that we played with Rabiot that comes from no preseason, not because he stayed in La Continassa to train, but he was recuperating from an injury that he suffered with France, so he was not ready yet. A Locatelli, a bit taller than the other ones, a bit more muscular than the other ones, a bit more larger than the other ones, that needed a bit of time, and probably also being recognized on an international level with Italy, being called up, doing a beautiful performance. That self-esteem grew, and it's not a coincidence that today he's in that top 4 of best possible guys in the game. And then you have a Fagioli that didn't start, and I have my answer why he didn't start yet. Because he needs to come back. Also, him was not able to do that right preparation with the team. You see that he's lacking a bit. I heard inside voices, corridors, that he did beautiful training sessions, that he's growing condition, but he's not there yet. But instead, you have a Miretti that, like Mastermind is saying, the position was amazing. I think that Miretti offered a lot. Don't forget, guys, because I know that often you forget about it, but Miretti is a player that is only and still now he's 20, sorry. He's just 20. But he's 20 years old, and at 20, because it's not that long that he's 20, he just celebrated his 20th birthday. Miretti played today his 50th game, not 15, 50th game, all competitions with Juventus. Weston McKennie 100, Miretti 50, which is a lot. And which is good, and he can only improve from there. His birthday was on August the 3rd, so it's really 1 month ago that he celebrated 20 years. Do we expect more from Miretti? Yes, we expect more, but what we really expect from Miretti is that consistency about how he played today. I'm really happy for today. Nirvak, feelings that I missed since a couple of years. Yeah, I agree. That first half of Udinese away from home was already going into that direction of intense Juve, higher block Juve, a Juve that wanted really to go higher on the field, that wanted to do some pressing, that wanted to dialogue between them. It's not a mystery that we are playing for the 4th consecutive time with Dusan Vlahovic and with Federico Chiesa, to give continuity with what should have been the strikers of last season in another way of playing, probably in a 4-3-3, but to have that communication between them. We opted this year for a 3-5-2 with the 2 guys up front that are Chiesa and Vlahovic. And even if they knew each other from the time of Fiorentina, that partnership starts to give the fruits. We can start to pick the fruits on the ground because it's really working. Let me check what is happening here. Messages from left, messages from right. Juventus FC win, good job, I agree. Robert, Miretti playing amazing game, hurt by the yellow card. Oh, the yellow card. I agree with Robert. Mamma mia, what a disaster. What a disaster. I agree that yellow card on Miretti is taking him from the back. So I agree that there is a yellow card. But then you have a yellow card from Bremer that I'm still asking myself, why? There is a yellow card for Gatti that is apparently at the 60th minute. At the 60th minute, apparently losing time. We have a yellow card for a stupidity from Cambiaso because he's putting that ball out of the field. And then we see a correct yellow card of Dusan Vlahovic. So we have like 2 really correct yellow card, 3 that I'm asking myself, But on the other side, we had to wait the 84th minute to see a yellow card for Biancocelesti for Lazio. And I believe that the referee, when he saw Pellegrini, he took his yellow card, showed him because he was thinking that he was still playing at Juve. Then he realized that he didn't have that shirt on and he said, Mamma mia, what did I do? I booked a Lazio player. Why? But how many times could Lazio also receive a yellow card? I think more than one. I think more than one, and earlier than that 84. Silly yellows, a lot of them, yes. But now we are saying, it's okay, we won, we forget about it. But no, because these yellow cards, they are going in a list, and from the moment that you have 3, you are suspended. You are suspended. So that's annoying, because then you don't know that yellow card can arrive against, I don't know, Inter, Milan, Lazio, but also against a small team where you have already an injured player, and it causes you problems. So I'm not happy about that. No, I agree, Ramtin. Funny how when Juve are losing or drawing that everyone blames Allegri, but when they are playing fantastic like today, Allegri is not praised. Do we want to speak about Allegri? Look, guys, yesterday in press conference you heard how we spoke about Weston McKennie. Weston McKennie, let's not, or at least let's not, I will not lie about it. It was not my preferred choice to stay at Juventus 23-24. Honest with that. I wanted to cash in for Weston McKennie and reinvest that money to another player. He went on loan to Leeds, didn't succeed, came back, all good, all fantastic. If I could have chosen, I sell him and I take another player. Then when I see that Weston McKennie starts to sub in Weah, I'm saying, Mamma mia, Weah was our starter. Couldn't we go for another player on the right side? We did a mistake because today we have Cambiaso, Ealing Jr., Kostic on the left, only Weah on the right. And if his sub is Weston McKennie, even if I have to admit that last season, I said it, go back to the lives of last season, I preferred McKennie, not that he played a great half of the season, but I preferred him, strangely enough, I was thinking, when he was playing on the right than when he was in his real role as a midfielder. He comes back and he enters really well against Udinese. He enters really well against Bologna, even if we drew. He starts against Empoli, and for me, he's doing a beautiful performance. And I am someone that, when I am wrong, I admit it. I was wrong. And as long as Weston McKennie is giving me these kind of performances, because I also tended to go towards the Massimiliano Allegri, what he said yesterday, now that Weston McKennie started to play really well at Juventus, he needs to keep that maturity, he needs to stay focused for the entire season, which sometimes is lacking. That's what I'm scared about, that Weston McKennie was not able to give us 2, 3, 4 performances in a row on that side as he did today. But ragazzi, today, wow, today, wow. I hear Nirvak that is saying that Lazio is silenzia stampo, that means that they doesn't speak to the media because of the first goal. They are not happy apparently, that maybe we can show them something, and then we will come back on Max Allegri. Maybe they don't understand that there is also that picture that is available. That ball, you can even clearly see here the shadow on that ball. No? Or am I crazy? I also thought it was out, but that's why you have telecamera, that's why you have VER. There is a shadow. Do you remember Germany, Japan? Do you remember, or I don't know if it was against Germany, but do you remember that Japan, it was against Spain? Ragazzi, out is out, in is in. And this one is in. Then, if Lazio wants to go in silenzio stampa, if they don't want to go and speak with the referee, Because of this, where are we going towards? The performance of Juve was stronger than the one of Lazio. Was stronger as the one of Lazio. What are we speaking about? What are we speaking about? What are we speaking about? Because I don't know if you remember, but I remember that goal against Spain, Japan. They made everything on the net. Calculation, explaining, other angles, 3D ball effect to understand. Maybe they were not watching last season during the World Cup and they missed it. But
do you remember? Do you remember?
I remember. I agree, BT. That's ridiculous. But they love to cry, huh? Instead of crying, do better. Do better. Vlahovic, man of the match for Sal. Robert, this reminds me of the Japan goal. Indeed, McKennie is a good player, only not consistent. Well, usually it's not consistent. But you know how I am. I'm someone that when I see the lineups, I don't start to cry or to blame. Why? I have my preferences, of course, because I don't see the guys during the training session during the week. I can see some YouTube videos, but it's not enough. So the coaches are probably with a plan, with a tactical plan and so on, probably the people that know better who can start. Then they can do mistakes as well. But Dusan Vlahovic starting with Chiesa, with Weston McKennie, with Miretti, I didn't see any problem. And especially Fagioli, that people were crying, why is Fagioli not playing? You see him when he's entering, he's not yet there. Not yet there. He will arrive there. I have absolutely no problem. I'm confident, but not yet there. Then I think that Max Allegri did really well. The changes, the tactical plan. He perfectly knows how Sarri is playing, and he perfectly knows how to block him. Who was the most annoying person of the entire game? I'm speaking about Juve and Lazio. Except now the Silenzio Stampa. But who was the most annoying person from the two teams today? The people that you said, Luis Alberto against for Gulfo, referee Maresca for Lazio. Luis Alberto. Thank you, Helicopter. I was looking for that name. From Helicopter. I agree with Helicopter. Mamma mia, he made me so angry. At the 10th minute, he was already crying on the bench, showing the yellow card for Miretti. Mamma mia, he annoyed me so much. I'm so happy that we sold him. Mamma mia, I'm so happy. I don't want these kind of players in my team. Ciao. I don't want you. I'm happy. I was sad, huh? I'm thinking now. I was not wrong, huh? When I said the surprise of the season, remember when I was speaking about it, will be Rovella. They told me about the surprise, and then there was something else, unpopular opinion or something like that. I said unpopular opinion that Chiesa will be top scorer over Dusan Vlahovic. At the moment, I'm wrong, but I'm happy because it's 4-3 in 4 goals. But Rovella, mamma mia, what a disaster. I think it's really a surprise, a negative surprise. Because first of all, he went to Lazio. Secondly, I am happy. It was my dream to go to Lazio. If your dream is Lazio and not Juve, maybe you're not doing the good dreams. Maybe the priorities of your dreams are wrong. Maybe instead of using the word dream, you should think about maybe it's a nightmare, because why should someone have the dream to go to Lazio instead of the dream to go to Juve? Anyway, that was his dream. He's going there, and then he's going in the Allianz Stadium, and he's doing like that, provoking on a young kid like Miretti. He annoyed me. Let's go through something else. Anthony Trimboli, Tony Trim, Fagioli looked, thank you for the 14 months, buddy. Fagioli looked a bit shy, timid to go forward with the ball and attack. Yeah, I don't know is that the confidence of because of the injury, big 3 points. I think it's confidence. He played a bit more up, huh? Because I will show you when he entered. Let me refresh, but I will show you the position of Fagioli when he entered. So it's not that he played defensively, but we didn't really see. So go with the Fagioli. the stats of Nicolo. Fagioli touched 19 times the ball. He entered at the 60th minute. So he had 30 minutes plus recupero of 10 minutes nearly. So it was like, actually, it's nearly 40 minutes that he played. 10 passes, 100% pass accuracy. We know it. Fagioli is a guy that when he's touching the ball, when he's passing the ball, he's super accurate. But one tackle, one foul won, one foul conceded, 2 key passes, so important. But I was expecting more from a player like him. He's still recovering from that injury. He's not yet at 100%. How many times did he touch the ball? We said 19. 100% pass accuracy, which is fantastic, and also, of course, also in final third. If you're looking at the heat map of Nicolo heat map is showing us that when he entered, let me take away Lazio, Juve, and only focusing on Fagioli. So you see that when he's entering at the 60th minute here, 59 minute, the first touch he's doing is up. Then again, still. He's coming to defend a bit in that moment of the game where we needed him. But then you see that, he's touching the ball. He's also offensively. So you see a big part. He was covering that right side offensively. Even if the most touches, it take them on the right side behind. So, okay, but a bit anonymous for me, Fagioli, today. A bit anonymous. Ciao Daniel, Beppe, what a win. I was seriously impressed by Locatelli and Weston McKennie. Keeps this up and we can forget about Paul's existence. No, I would not forget about the existence of Paul, one of my ever favorite player. But it will be less painful to think about Paul. On that one I agree. Felix, Beppe, what a day today. Ferrari takes pole for the race. Yeah, but Ferrari then they flop. A must-win important. It is a super important statement by our boys. Forza Juve. What else? What else are you curious about? What do you want to see? Do you want to see the shots from outside, inside the box? Do you want to see where we attacked on the left, on the right, in the middle? What was Juve able to do in the attacking thirds? By the way, I want to ask you, give me the position you think that Juve attacked the most, so left, central, or right, and give me also the percentage that you think that we played. For example, I'm just saying centrally with 43%. Try to give me that to see if you know where we attacked the most. So actually saying on the right side, but how much percentage? Ferras left. I want to know also the percentage of how many times we attacked on the left or on the right. Right for Alex. Left Ferras. Left 35%. So that's your most. Nirvak. Center 46 for Bogdan. Balanced. Right with 36 for Moiser. 45 left. Attenzione Giulio Albanese. 40% left. Oh, I stop. We have a winner. Sebi. He's always telling me, Beppe, I'm just guessing. But every time he's able to find the right answers. So I show you. Indeed, Juventus attacked 40.5%. So actually, if we are rounding up, it's 41. On the left, correct. Second, it was on the right side with 37%. And then in the middle, 22. So that's how we attacked. If you're going in the beginning of the game, Juventus is going immensely on the left to start the game with, where Kostic was. 50%, then he's starting to decrease a bit, keeping him balanced centrally and on the right side, but a lot on the left. And at the end of the first half, you see clearly a predominance on the left with 48%, with the other ones that are a bit paired. But then in the second half, we start to change. You see, la musica cambia, the music is changing, attacking a bit more on the right side. And at the end, you have these kind of things. Who entered on the right side was Timo Weah. Timo Weah, that is missing a goal, open goal. Mamma mia, what a disaster there. But he entered really well. Cambiaso entered well as well. Not that much. Fagioli, then a bit, not enough for Keane and Milik to show us something, because they really entered at the end of the game. So What about the bench players? Who entered well and not according to you? What did you see? What else do you want to speak about in today's game? In the meanwhile, I'm going with the average positions of the team. People that are supporting for the draw in the Derby della Madonnina. Team is much more athletic. Also, really good observation, Gulfos. So I show you in the meanwhile average position. Juventus with the black dots. Lazio with the purple dots. Average position with the starters. You see that Juventus at the end of the game, we were lower than Lazio. Also because we were winning 2-0. And there, Juventus will need to improve. Because if you are looking at the final stats, we still give the ball to Lazio for 64%. Let me check if these are the last ones or not. The last results are not of the game. Yeah, 64%, which is way too much. Way too much. We are winning our duels, ground and aerial duels. We have the interception from our side, but you see the passes, nearly half of the one of Lazio. They were super precise with their passes in total, but also in a final or in opposition half. So you see, that's the level that we should aim for at a certain moment. That's really what we have to do. Beppe, who do you think caused Lazio goal, the defensive phase? Cambiaso, Bremer, Szczesny. I think it's a really wrong way of doing there on that goal. Disaster. And then you see that we have one more attempt, but two more on target. Lazio was not that dangerous, to be honest, except of that goal. But at a certain moment, you have a fantastic save of Szczesny on Kamada that is just wow. Because he's coming out of nowhere with a really powerful and fast shot. He was able to save it. It was on a 2-0, which could have go or maybe already still at the 1-0. That was really dangerous. Really dangerous. If I'm looking here, shots from Juve, you see how much Juventus was able to be dangerous in the box. In the small box even from Lazio, and also able to enter, not a lot, but we took our chances like 1, 2, 3 times outside of the box, and the 4th time that was the goal of Dusan. Beautiful goal, fantastic goal of Dusan Vlahovic, where you see that Lazio, especially in the first time, they were going with outside and then they tried to enter the box. A lot of times these balls were also blocked from Juve. So you see, first half, second half. And that goal is coming from outside the box. The goal was really beautiful from Luis Alberto. Really beautiful. Amazing to see the support at the stadium. Whoa. Okay, if you want me to touch a few words. Indeed. Thomas and Nero, they anticipate what I wanted to speak about. Nero, thank you for the 16 months, buddy. Okay, I will be unpopular and you will hate me. Okay? I know you will hate me, but it is what it is. Ragazzi, it is what it is. I take responsibility on what I'm saying, but it's just a question, a reflection for you. Did something change in terms of Ladigos, so the external service, that it's not Juventus, but the external service that are taking care of security and these kind of things of Turin? Did something change in terms of allowing drums to come inside the stadium? No. Did something change in terms of huge banners entering the stadium? No. Did something change in terms of law, what you are able to enter or not? So, today, the Ultra, they decided to support the team again. They did it 2 hours before the game outside of the stadium, which was fantastic. They did inside of the stadium, which was fantastic. So if you tell me that the Ultra were banned of the stadium, it's not true. Ultra has always been welcome, except of some people that were against the law. Except of these people, people could enter the stadium, which they did today. They entered. The drums, they were there outside of the stadium, not inside the stadium. The flags were exactly the same. So I'm asking myself, why did it take us 3 years, 4 years, even maybe 5 years to be back and support a team like we did today? So don't tell me that you couldn't do it 2 weeks ago against Bologna. Don't tell me that you couldn't do it last year against Milan, against Lazio, against Napoli, but also against Cremonese, against Lecce, against all these kind of teams. So I'm happy, don't get me wrong. I'm super happy, and I hope it's not a one shot. But for all the people that said, but we can't support a team without drums, today you see that we can support a team without drums. We can't support the teams without having a special box where you're up and you have to throw this kind of red smoke. Well, today you are showing that you can do it. Can you support better with drums? Yes. Can you support better with all the flags, and is the visual identity better? Yes, you're correct. But don't tell me that you can't, because today you show that you can. Hopefully it's not a one shot, because if it's a one shot and in 2 weeks when we play against who is it, Lecce, I believe, at home, we have again no support, then ragazzi, at a certain moment I can't defend anybody anymore, right? Then it's our own opinion. We want to show that we can support and that we can make the difference when we decide, when we want. But let's take the positive about it, and we are again singing and chanting in the chant. People are believing in a big return of Juve. That is even worse for me, because what does that mean? We only support when we believe that we can do something, and when we are bad, we hide and we stay at home again. I don't want to enter too much polemics, but indeed, who would have thought that you can support without drums? And again, drums is even better. It's even better, but you can do without. Anyway, can we go to something else? Because we have 10 minutes before Inter Milan that I really want to see. So give me another topic. What do you want to see? The other players, maybe some heat maps from some players. Let me know, because I really want to show you as much as possible, because we have the stats. Sacco, but I'm always happy. I'm always happy. Like, oh, my other team from Belgium is winning 2-1. 5 minutes to go for them. They are winning 2-1. I spoiled me. I didn't want to know. I didn't want to know. Hopefully they can keep up. Hopefully they can keep up. Important. And anyway, we don't care about that. I wanted to speak about Juve today and not about RWDM. The heat map of Loca, I will show you. Of course, I will show you. First, I wanted to go towards the Juve Lazio average position that you can see, I believe, in the... Here, it will even be a bit more easier to see. Let me put it a bit smaller, bigger. Okay. So this is Juve first half. What do we see? No, that's the... Yeah. Starting players. You see? Still low, but better than last year, because you remember last year we had one isolated player up front and all the other ones were behind. So you see, at a certain moment I also saw a 3-4-1-2 with Miretti. You see the position of Miretti here, behind the two strikers. Look at the touches of Miretti on the field, where you see then a Locatelli. This is the heat map of Locatelli. Everywhere Locatelli. The subs that came in, you see what I told you? Look, they touched the ball at the same position. Milik, Fagioli, and Timo Weah. An average, of course, average position were the same. We reinforced that side of the field. Cambiaso, look at Cambiaso. He entered. Wow. If you're looking at Kostic, look at the difference. Kostic everywhere. Also tried to enter a few times. Big difference with last year. Huge difference with last year. A beautiful shot of Kostic. And then you see Cambiaso entering in second half. If you're looking a bit behind, of course, the team was a bit more in their own half. But look, fantastic. Fantastic Cambiaso as well. I'm happy. I'm happy that we can change left and right. We can have the players that are giving a lot more energy and new energy. So If you want to see minute by minute the heat map of Locatelli, which we can't do with the other one, but only with this one. If you want to see Locatelli, let me show you Loca. So you see, mamma mia, monster, today monster, look. And not only today defensively, but if you are looking at the first half, this is the first half of Locatelli, look, touching ball also up, not only there, of course, majority here to start from the back, because we know that Bremer is a bit less good in starting and building, but Locatelli is covering that role, and then you see here, okay, big support everywhere, filtering everything. Huge performance of Loca. Daniel, Beppe, do you think that today's starting 11 is the best one we could have for the rest of the season in terms of formation and player selection? A lot will depend also of the consistency of Weston McKennie. I don't believe in 11 bests. I think that also according to the game you can enter a way from the start of the game, where you are really actually starting to press on the right side to give some velocity there. And you have some games where Weston McKennie can play, especially against teams that are attacking from that side of the field, that wants to press there, that are a bit more dangerous from that side, like Empoli tried to do, even if they were not dangerous, but they tried to do. Lazio today with Zaccagni could have been really dangerous there, and I believe that's a really great decision for Max to put Weston McKennie because he can do it. But Kostic on that side is great, but I think you can also go with Cambiaso, McKennie at a certain moment. You can do different things on the wings. So depending on the game, you can change the wings. That's basically what I want to say. In the midfield, Locatelli and Rabiot are undiscussed starters, and then you can speak about who is the third one between Miretti, that you saw was behind the lines, between I need to do something, I forget, I need to do something, so basta, okay. So between Miretti, between Fagioli, between also Nicolussi, that I really want to see gaining some minutes at a certain moment, but yesterday Max said it, it's difficult for him. Basta, okay, great, okay. So except of I forgot what I wanted to say with all these messages. I forgot what I wanted to say. But yeah, yesterday Max Allegri said it really clearly. It's difficult for me to take decisions because a lot of players want really to give their maximum. So on the other side, people are saying, Beppe, you dribbled speaking about Max Allegri. But actually, when I really want to dribble is when he's not doing great and I don't want to even more put him down. Which at the end I do, because we have to speak about him. But today, I'm not even dribbling. I just forgot, because today, you say what you want to, but from the press conference of yesterday, from the press conference of yesterday until the end of the game, I didn't listen to the post conference. I didn't listen to the words, but from there to today, ragazzi, at a certain moment, if you have to say perfect, well, today it's one of the games where it's perfect. He was pissed off at a certain moment. I think with Cambiaso, I didn't understand why. But no, today, great. From the choices, the initial choices, to whatever. Beautiful, beautiful pictures. Ciao, Jose. Oh, beautiful, really beautiful. I don't know what to say anymore. I will probably do a recap this night, or I go live, or I go with a video to recap Inter, Milan, and Napoli that will start. Yeah, it could be, because we had some tentatives. We had some attempts there with Rabiot, with Timo. But I think he was pissed off with Cambiaso, because I heard him, Cambiaso. But I'm not sure. Guys, game will start in 2 minutes. That Zerbi 3, Manchester United 1. Grand Zerbi. He's a great coach with small teams. Really great coach with small teams. Valencia is beating Atletico Madrid 3-0. Mamma mia. Manchester City won 3-1 against West Ham. Liverpool won 3-1. Ok ragazzi, it was nice. We see each other later if you want to, if you are still not tired about me. Otherwise, tomorrow, a beautiful video tomorrow, analyzing in detail when I watch the game again in the morning. And then we do a live with Romeo Agresti on his channel, in the evening. Grazie Risencross, thank you BT, ciao Jose, ciao Ximisiu, ciao Jose, ciao Ezza Ermuda, ciao a tutti, grazie, forza Juve, ciao! The prediction for Milan Inter, I don't care. I hope, you know what I hope? That both of the teams, they do a sixth change. They forget, they didn't pay attention, sixth change, which means 0 points for both teams. Mamma mia, that would be beautiful. Ciao Sebi, ciao a tutti, grazie, forza Juve, ciao!